If I could have seen the road ahead before I came undone, when I know my time is here, I will never see again. You told me that I'd find the truth, but you didn't tell me when. What is hope? Is it the road? What is time left behind? Today was the last day you will see. Today was the last day you will see. Today was the last day you will see. I can see it's going wrong, but I can't escape the past. Looking through the darkness at the bottom of a glass. Look ahead, is it the road? What is time if you're left behind? Today was the last day you will see. Now I look back and echo. Today was the last day you will see. If nothing else matters, today was the last day you will see. How did I end up here? My life's a living hell. You told me I could change the world, but can I change myself? If today was the last day you will see, now I look back and echo. If today was the last day you will see, if nothing else matters, today. If today was the last day you will see, today. Today was the last day you will see.
Hey now, what it is, who it is, it's us, Talladega Nights, race number 9 of the Shake and Bake series, season number 2. You are watching Tarnation TV. My name's Blaine Dolan, joined by my co-host and best friend on planet Earth, Brad Leichman.
Hey-o.
That's it, man. That's all we got.
That's it. Thanks for tuning in.
We're done. Thanks for tuning in.
Smash that like button. Hit subscribe.
And don't forget to send us $512.
Right. Oh, also, did you say breast friend?
Yes.
That's all right. I was making sure. As long as we're on the same page.
Same page all day long. Yeah. If
My
anybody
long
out there,
lost friend. I mean, long lost friend. Sorry. Shoot. Oh, man. We're getting body parts all up in the place here.
we'll start just mixing words around and like a game of Scrabble.
Having a little fun with it.
Yep. If anybody wants to know what's going on at Talladega Nights, it would be in the description below, the website link, which is maintained by Donnie Elliott. What are you clicking?
Oh, I'm trying to get my buttons to go. Is it noisy?
Oh,
I'm trying
it's
to get
weird
my stupid,
noisy.
yeah, well, okay.
The website there in the description below to Talladega Nights website, hosting all their stuff, all the different race series that they operate. Of course, all the statistics, like these ones on your screen right now, can all be tracked there for all the different series. Donnie Elliott, one of the many Elliott brothers, he painstakingly maintains said website. And it's not easy to do. You want something boring to do? Go try to code a website. They are not fun. Johnny does a fantastic job. So,
It's
we
a
had
lot
some
of work.
music. You're the guy with all the links. We had some tunes playing
music.
at the start of that. Yeah, buddy.
That was our band, local boys from Ontario, not far from you, if I'm not mistaken. MANAHAN. You can check them out, reverbnation.com//MANAHAN for all your heavy metal needs and whatever else they may happen to have there.
Pretty much. A very talented guy. You know, he's unfortunately, rest in power, Corey, because he unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago.
Gone too soon.
Far too young. Yeah, the guy was only about 28 years old, but he did leave behind some sick music that we will definitely play on the broadcast. But currently looking at the current season points, after 8 races have been officialized, this is another really tight one, because remember, after 10 races, the top 10 drivers go into the finals. The final 2 races are basically knockout rounds. And the 10 goes down to 5, and then the 5 goes down to 1. So from looking at that, it looks like all the way down to Nate Balser in 17th position. All those drivers from 11 to 17 have a chance to still get in there, because a win will net you 185 points.
So there's a bit of scrambling tonight, then, is what you're saying. There's going to be a pretty good show. For who's going to get in like 9th and 10th place? Do you think those are up for grabs, or even higher?
9th and 10th definitely are, because it looks like Chris Elliott, driving the number 9 car, he's also a league owner here. There's Jeff, Chris, Donnie, Bob Dixon. All these guys run a fantastic league. But Chris Elliott there in 10th place, he's basically right on that bubble with Randy Waugh in 11th, only 2 away. So, you know, or even Alex Moe, Steven Brandstetter being only 14 away from that line, it's iffy. Like, if one of those guys in the top 10 has a bad night, it's some leapfrogging's going to be going on.
Absolutely.
I'm curious what's going to happen, because as we get down to race number 10, everybody's chasing Mark. Mark's pretty much locked in. From now on, I mean, even today, if he didn't show up today and he didn't show up next week, say if you come up with a couple of zeros, you're definitely risking your chances. But, you know, to ease everybody's mind, Mark is here tonight.
So you're saying the maximum amount of points tonight can be gained is 180?
185, yes. If you win the race, well, to win the race, you need to lead a lap. So that's 180. And I believe you get the extra 5 if you lead the most laps.
Gotcha. Now, what's the most amount of points you can lose in a race? How far can you go down? I'm assuming there's minus points if you're having a bad race or DQ'd.
You could a DQ situation, like a penalty situation, would be the only time you could actually lose points.
Okay, so the points you have are yours at this point now. So 180 points though. There's at least the top 20 in for position to get up there. 702, number 22, Brian Lovell, sitting at 702 points. At 180 points, that'll put him 787. So he could just squeak in at that point. I think he's the cutoff for who would make the could possibly be a surprise, an upset, if you will.
A major one, yeah, because we're
and that would that would have to include that number 9 and number 10 wouldn't be earning any points at all, right? So what's the lowest amount of points? And that's the alternate for that question then.
See, that's a weird one because every race it would depend. If you had from 180 being first, the points go down by 5 every level you drop. So, there's no way to come out of here with 0 points because all 42 spots would come out of here with something. I've actually never looked into it I don't know what the 42nd finisher would actually get. Probably 10. But if there's only 20 cars, then you're going to probably come out of there with 100 or 80 or whatever it is, right? You're going to get 50 points or whatever it is. It just depends how many cars start the race.
Gotcha. Another question to follow up to that would be then, has there been ties before? Has it been close to a tie and have you seen it? Or what happens in the event? If there's a tie for, say, 10th place point standings, is there a way of breaking that, or that just doesn't happen?
It could happen, and I believe what they would go to, they probably do have tiebreaker situations. It would probably go to wins first of all. There's a man to talk to. Yeah.
Hey, I ran here quickly, guys. How you doing, Blaine, Brad? I know we're live. We have 41. Can we have 41 with 2 dispatchers?
We're both in the server.
Okay,
right?
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm in.
we're good. All right.
Yeah, we're both in.
I'll be coming down to get you guys here real soon.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Wow, an absolutely stacked field. I mean, yesterday, what was the driver count? 36 in the trucks?
I believe so.
Yeah, so today we're going to have 41, and it would be more because it maxes out at 42. Unfortunately, those last 2 spots are taken up by you and I.
All right. Well, hopefully I'm not the reason someone's not racing tonight.
Yeah, doesn't matter. They can figure it out. Well, you know what you can do?
You heard that first here on Tarnation TV. You can suck it, driver 42.
Yeah, driver number 42, take a walk.
Yeah, jog on, bud.
There's an option.
You're not welcome here.
I've got this right here. See this? That's another microphone.
I do see that.
All you need to do is come over and just sit right beside me, and we can do it all in the same room.
We should probably do that. I'll be over in about, 4 or 5 days? Is that about the driving tomorrow?
Driving, yeah, probably about 5 days. Plane flight probably take you about 4 hours, but then I'd have to go get you at the nearest airport.
Yeah. Got to get an airport in your town. That's what we're waiting on.
We do.
That little tiny one?
Yeah, buddy.
You're not going to get me on a tiny plane. But that's no story.
not happening. You know what, Jeff? Just 1 second, Jeff. Take that, buddy. What can I do for you?
All right. We're changing things up because of the amount of cars we have. We're going to get qualifying so nobody can come in and we have to tell them to leave. So do you need to pull out before we go to qualifying? Or you stay? Well, I'm asking you how that works. Do you need to pull yourselves out before the race or before qualifying?
We can do both if you want. I mean, we can go to qualifying and we can
wait, you need to stay in. You need to stay in the game. I got you. So we're going to go to qualifying first, and then we're going to do introductions after the qualifying. And then we're going to make happy hour a little bit longer to do maybe one interview now. So we're going to go qualifying first, and then I'll come and get you.
Gotcha.
All right, buddy.
Nice.
Change of plans. We got such a full race today that they actually need to do qualifying first. They may need to do in the situation. I know you were just about to ask me in a situation with too many drivers for the race. What would they do?
That's you. I'm glad you read my mind. Right, you are, Blaine.
So what would happen is they would jump in your car and abort what would happen
Will
is
do.
they would basically have to run the server with like 20 guys, qualify, take notes, like, export the information, and then everybody quits.
Okay, buddy, fired up
The
here.
next 20 guys come
Remember,
in.
one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
And then the next crew would come in and they would qualify and they would bank those times and then they would blend them together. And then from that, you'd take the top 40. So because there's not enough room in the server to run, like say you had 50 people, you'd have to kind of do a 25 and a 25 so everybody could score a time. And then you just take the 40 best times. So that would be the solution to that method, which is possibly what they might have to do tonight.
Sounds like a lot more math.
It's a lot more math. It's not too bad because once they have the exports, it basically comes out in a spreadsheet, so they can plug it into a calculator and get the info pretty quick. Plus, you'd only really be looking, if you did have to run 2 25 driver heats, you'd only really be looking at the bottom 5 of each heat.
Okay.
Because everybody
not
else
as
would be
bad.
fine. No,
Yeah.
you'd have to look at those last 10 spots to kind of find those last 2 drivers, right? So it's a good problem to have. Talladega Nights is a big league, and there's a lot of guys in here from.
Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
They're squawking at me to retire again.
Oh, drive and retire in the qualifying again?
Yeah, they must have rebooted it.
Oh, gotcha. There we go.
But yeah, I've been in races like that. There was a race, like I was going to say,
Fired up here.
a lot of
Remember,
different
one switch at a
leagues
time, turning your stuff on.
are represented in here. Guys from RTG, CCR, Open Speedway, all over the place. They all come here, and I mean, all these guys go there too. So there's just drivers. Everybody just wants drivers. They run a tight ship here. You can see if you're on your entry screen, right here. Let's show it on screen. The drivers in green are the bosses in the server. They call it
Oh, okay.
the bosses. So Greg Lovell, Craig Hagley, Keith Bynum, Jeffrey Elliott, Ken Roberts, Bob Dixon, Bob Sire, and Chris Elliott. Race LM, that's the server. But all those other guys have been boss status, which means they can add laps to drivers, take laps away from drivers, clear black flags, stuff like that on the track that needs to be done to run a tight race.
Right.
But, do you have, I sent you the stats there from last week of guys who, qualified way down in the pack and then ended up making a big gains. And I also had, unfortunately, a couple of big falls as well. Did you want to read that out?
Yeah, I would have got a couple of things here to mention. So Gary Mingus currently sitting in 25th overall after 8 races with 655 points. So he's minus 228 from the cut line. So it doesn't look like he's going to make the top 10 this season. But that's, multiple factors for different reasons too. In this case, he missed 2 races. He's averaged 18 play throughout the 6 that he ran. So, but the misses will hit you hard, right? Every time, miss, collision, it's just not being able to be there will takes it up. But you know what? It's been good racing, and it's can't always be in first, right? But it's good just to have him showing up. Race 8, also a show for Pat Mccarski, 20th overall after 8 races with 776 points. So just 107 from the cut line. So he is in place. He's got a chance tonight to qualify for the top 10. So it'll be exciting to watching him, see what he's going to do this evening. And also a couple of big gains in race 8. We had Denny Carroll, 3rd overall in points, qualified 26th and finished 2nd. That's a substantial leapfrog from the back
That's
of
what
the
we
pack.
call gains. We call them gains, bro.
That's it. I can learn my NASCAR speak. That was some significant improvement. And gains is what we like. And also Alex Moe qualified 12th overall in points. He's qualified, 32 and finished in 8th, which is, again, nothing to sneeze at, or gains, as you will. And then the big fall, I guess, from last week, Mark Paglio, 1st overall in points, qualified 9 and finished 32. But again, out of the hands due to a wreck, and we're limited what we can do when you wreck, right? And as close as they were traveling, there's almost no time to react. So skill, yes. Luck, even more so, yes.
I think especially with Mark, being in first place overall is a big deal, and to actually be damaged enough to actually be forced to quit is, you take a big hit, because this track, they run moderate damage. So to actually have a wreck demolish you enough to force you to retire kind of sucks. So that's too bad for Mark, but he is first overall. He still is first overall, even after that finish of 32nd place. But you know what? He still comes out of there with points.
Absolutely, right? No, it's the racetrack is a fickle mistress.
That's the fickle mistress known as Talladega Super Speedway. Do you know how big the track is? We'll do some pop quizzing.
I want to say like 2.6 miles.
Yep. 2.66 mile tri-oval, which means it's kind of not a perfect egg shape. It's just sort of a weird, you can see it on screen there. Talladega is not an oval like Bristol. Tower. Oh, one second. We got Jeffrey talking to me here. Just give me 1 second.
Tarnation Tower, got a copy?
Copy, Jeffrey. This is the Tarnation blimp.
A blimp tonight. Well, I'm going to bring you up there. We are ready for driver introductions.
Roger that. Driver introductions at your leisure, sir.
Well, he's chatting with Jeffrey. We were at some reports from the track before. There was actually a squirrel nest in the corner of turn 3. And so we had to deal with that.
All righty. We brought the amazing Blaine Donlin to Tarnation TV, broadcaster down from the blimp. So, floor is yours there, Mr. Blaine.
Massive turnout this evening and greatly appreciated. Always fun to watch these races, guys. So, I'll keep it short and give it back to Jeff. Thanks for showing up. This is going to be fantastic, and good luck to everybody involved.
Thank you, Blaine. We're going to start with the number 0 car.
Good evening, everyone. Good luck tonight. Pat Mccarski, Brownsburg, Indiana. Driving the Talladega Nights, Tarnation TV, Wounded Warriors, Dodge, number 0.
Gary Heiser, number 3, GM Goodrich Chevrolet Z01 Camaro out of Mount Sterling, Kentucky.
Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware. Number 7, Menards STP Ford Mustang.
Chris Elliott in the number 9 Red Dodge Doritos out of Mooresville, North Carolina.
Kelly Causey from Lucedale, Mississippi, driving the 00 ALS Association Chevrolet.
Off the track, please.
Larry Wyndham driving the 09. And I believe where's Larry's from, guys? Anybody got a clue? Go ahead, number 12.
Driving the number 12, Gary the Slingshot Mingus in a Camaro that has a 4-scheme Dale Earnhardt Raised Dale Chevrolet from Tallahassee, Florida.
Wayne Pridnow driving the number 14.
Randy Claflin, car number 20, the Reds Apple Ale Ford Mustang from beautiful Cutlerville, Michigan. Good luck, guys.
Randy Waugh from Huntsville, Alabama, driving the 21 Alabama Crimson Tide Dodge. I'd like to say hello to my 3 fans, Corey, Zach, and Debbie.
22 Greg Palmer out of Lewis, Delaware, driving the 22 Flaming Hooters Camaro. Good luck, guys.
The 23 Doug Hewlick out of Plum, Pennsylvania, driving the 23 Yeti Toyota.
Billy Elliser, driving the number 26 Coors Light Chevy.
Bob Sawyer, a.k.a. Pumpkin, driving the USPS Chevrolet
via Burlington, Wisconsin, currently in Saginaw, Michigan.
Mark Pagley from Gainesville, Georgia, driving the 28 Motorcraft Wood Brothers Ford.
Number 31, Brad Otto, Fresno, California, representing Wolfpack Racing.
Number 33, Bill Evans, Newark, Ohio.
Deanie Carl driving a 41 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. He went to the bathroom, so I did it for him.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Number 43, Bob Dixon from Aiken, Georgia. Hello, Tom and Trey.
Number 47, Andrew Miller, Power Ridge Chevrolet. Shout out to my dad. I'm thinking of you, man.
Alex Moe, number 48 from Southern California, driving the Lowe's Chevrolet.
Dave Jandry, number 51, driving a Chevy out of Dixon, Illinois.
Ken Roberts, number 55, driving the Texas Pete Hot Sauce Chevrolet out of West Bend, Wisconsin.
Jeffrey Elliott driving a number 56 Chevy Mountain Dew from Mooresville, North Carolina.
Keith Bynum driving the number 63 Chevrolet Camaro, sponsored by Hubcap Annie from Austell, Georgia.
KD Huntsberry from Orrington, Maine, driving the 66 Fortnite Chevy.
Doug Furthick in Hillva, driving the 68, Sarnia, Ontario, Canada.
Number 81, Ray Jr., driving the Discovery Channel Camaro from Afterburner Motorsports.
Craig Hagley out of Paducah, Kentucky, in the 82 Aqua Adventure Superwash Ford Mustang.
Grant Wesley out of Evansville, Indiana, driving the number 88 NOS Energy Drink Dodge Challenger. Special thanks to Brian Bell, my girlfriend, for making tonight possible.
Mike Mangialardi, Federal Way, Washington, driving the 029 Ford Mustang. I'd like to give a shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room. Have fun.
Brian Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the number 043, representing Wolfpack Racing.
Nate Balsa driving the 079 Chevrolet out of Edmonds, Washington. I'd like to say hi to Jerry, Kathy, my sister Lisa, my wife and daughters. Thanks for watching.
088, Greg Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Dan Lovell.
388, Dan Lovell, driving the Eagles car. I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, Bonnie. She's not at home tonight. Be safe.
Stephen Brandstetter driving the 510 Shake and Bake Ford Mustang from Ranelette, Oklahoma.
Steve Wright, number 661 from Shelbyville, Michigan, driving the Super Yugo.
John Godfrey driving the number 711 Schluter's Camaro out of Cornelius, North Carolina.
Bob Seminara driving a 712 Chevrolet. Shadows on Fire, Mobs Motors, Bernie's Paints.
Robert Breedlove driving the 931 Oreo Trans Am out of Lancaster, South Carolina.
Awesome job, guys. Blaine, there are your drivers for tonight's amazing 9th race. Any comments before we let you back into your blimp? Well, you take up 2 spots in broadcasting, so we're fine. We're in good shape.
Good luck,
Thanks,
everybody.
Blaine.
Thanks, Blaine. I love you, man. Thank you.
Hey, I think I'm back in here now. Is my microphone on?
There you are, sir.
Hey. Yeah, I was just up there. And again, remember how I said before, remember always turn your microphone on? I was talking to those guys and the broadcast couldn't hear me because I'm a highly trained professional. But we heard what they had to say, and there's a lot of drivers in here this evening, 40 maxed out. So this is a full field here at Talladega. Right now we are in the happy hour sessions.
Yes, indeed we are.
Yeah, the happy hour sessions, I was just wishing all the drivers good luck. I mean, I don't say much in those driver introduction things anyway, but like I said, my mic was off. It's just well, what are you going to do, right? I'll be perfect tomorrow, Brad. Stop picking on me.
Perfect is the enemy of good. So...
And evil will always good.
Where else are you going to get your stupid will triumph evil?
Evil, Spaceballs. Evil will always win because good is dumb.
That's right. I knew it was something like that, but I could count on you for the quote.
Happy hour underway. Drivers all qualified. So let's get around here. I'm just going to see if we can find somebody going into the pits right about there. I'm just trying to follow a driver into the pits here to see if we can see. So I want to talk about this.
What are you looking for?
The 56 pit stall you can see on your screen, just at the top of your screen there. He has the very last pit. So what that means, you can see that Sunoco sign, you can see that yellow line where the pit road speed limit starts.
Gotcha.
So if you're coming in from 200 miles an hour off of turn 3, and you need to get down there and slam those brakes on and get that car slowed down to 55 mile per hour before you hit that line. If you're in those first 6 to 10 spots, Jeffrey being the last one, that's an issue for him, because he has to get down, he has to go slower than pit speed limit to actually get into his pit stall without overshooting it.
Yeah, because you can't stand on that hard. You're just going to skid through the turn, I'm guessing, or at least down the tracks like some of the other guys were doing just in the happy hour here now. There was a few touch and go marks with the, you could see the tread marks in the pit lane there.
So that's going to be definitely something to watch. We got some cars getting banged up here in practice. That's okay, though. Get it out of your system now, boys. So, yeah, we're seeing here from pit lane 2 camera, we've got the 56 of Jeffrey Elliott, and then I can see the 48. That'll be Alex Moe. And then I can't really see the other pit signs up the road there. But those first half dozen stalls are really going to be tough to get the cars slowed down enough to make your pit stop. You've got to slow down early. So this is going to be very exciting. If we can hit some green flag pit stops this evening, you're going to see those first few cars that are pitting in those early stalls. They're really going to have to be in communication with the rest of the field saying, look, man, I'm in the third stall, so they're going to be going way slower before they hit that line, where everybody else is going to be hitting that line at 55 to 60. They might run those guys over, is what I'm trying to say.
We had an instance of that last evening in the truck race, where someone was coming in too hot on their pit lap, and someone was slowing down. Obviously, and that makes more sense because I wasn't sure why they were slowing down as much, but they must have been one of the first few pit stops there. Now, for the ignorant like myself, how is that determined? Is that determined pre each race? Is that what's the method of madness behind where your pit crew is?
Oh, where your actual stall is located? It all depends on your qualifying run.
Oh, okay.
So Jeffrey usually won't qualify because he likes to be at the back. The problem in a 43-car field, if you don't qualify and you're at the back, or you're one of the cars that don't qualify, there's probably a few guys that didn't. Actually, speaking of which, let's go check the standings in qualifying to see who did not qualify. So the drivers who did not qualify were Brad Leckerman, that's you, Blaine Donlin, that's me, Doug Hulick, Ray Hulick Jr., Bill Hemi Evans, Wayne Pribnow, Dave Jandry, Andrew Miller, Alex Moe, and Jeffrey Elliott. Those guys who did not qualify, the game just will pick a spot for you.
Oh, okay.
So unfortunately, Jeff got the 42nd spot.
Oof.
You know, in that situation, in a full room, I probably would have qualified, even though I'm not going to get first, I wouldn't have got last.
Fair.
You know, and at least that way you can hit that line going 55. and, you know, make a normal pit stop. But, you know, that it doesn't just affect those guys in those early stalls, because sure, it affects them in the early stalls because they have to slow down a lot sooner to hit their mark. It affects everybody else because now you need to be aware as a driver who, say, is in stall number, like we just watched Bob Dixon there pit like in the 3rd position. We're focused on Keith Bynum right now as well. Drivers such as Keith and Bill, and there's Mike, they're going to have to be aware of those guys that need those early stalls, because if you're behind a guy like Alex in the 48, you don't want to be following him in.
No, you want to give him as much of a head start, or a leeway, I should say, as you can.
You got to know, like, okay, I got to pay attention to those first 5 or 6 guys. I don't want to be anywhere near those guys because they're going to have to come down near the wall and just throw the anchor out. Make sure you get in your car and retire, buddy.
One step ahead of you, bud. We are all good. It's not my first rodeo, sir.
No, it's your 3rd.
It is. Well, second one being part of it, and many times, long time listener, first time caller. Let's say.
Yes, exactly. So I will run through the entire field, starting from the front row. Once these guys roll off, we're just waiting. There it is. Gentlemen, start your automobiles.
Gentlemen and perhaps ladies, or is it just a league of gentlemen? Is there any league?
There's a couple. Yep. There's we've had. I only know of Jessica and Allie. There's two. Oh, and Ariel Carmona. I haven't seen her in a long time, but there are some female drivers. None of them are here this evening, unfortunately. But Jessica's really good. She's aggressive though. You got to watch out.
Yeah. You know what though? Hey, that's all right. You got to make your mark on the pack, right?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody has a different driving style, right? So, who's in first? What's in second? Looks like we got, was Seminara in first? I guess we should go through the field. We have to figure out how this works. Where is it? It's Ken Roberts. Okay, so we're going to go through the field super quick here, so bear with me. I'll go through the drivers. We got Ken Roberts, Bob Dixon, Grant Wesley, Bob Seminara, Greg Lovell, Mark Paglia, Larry Wyndham, Nate Balser in the Van Halen car, Maswell Jones, Robert Breedlove, Danny Carroll, John Godfrey, Greg Palmer, Randy Waugh, Greg Palmer again, Randy Waugh, Dan Lovell, Gary Heiser, Billy Ellisar, Brian Lovell, Keith Bynum, Brad Otto, Craig Hagley, Bobby Farrell, Chris Elliott, Outlaw, Pat Mccarski, Ken Huntsberry. Who's Mr. Wright? What's his first name? Steve. Oh, we missed somebody? Huntsberry, Wright, Stephen Brandstetter, Bob Sire, Gary Mingus, Randy Claflin, Kelly Cossey, Mike Mangialardi, Ray Hulick Jr., Wayne Pribnow, Doug Hulick, Andrew Miller, Bill Hemi Evans, Dave Jandry, Alex Moe, and the one and only Jeffrey Elliott. We got the whole field in. Whew. Green flag, just in time.
There we go. And we're off.
I had to go quick. I'm like, there's 42 cars on the track right now, and my God, I had to hurry up. I forgot this. You know what? It's a good thing we race on the longest track on the circuit.
Right, gives you time to get around there.
Oh, geez, because Jeff will request that. He goes, "Hey, buddy, you think you can go through the field at the start of the race?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." Then 41 guys show up.
Right? Yeah. Can you drive a little bit slower just for the first lap?
I'm going to need you guys to dump her down to about 30 mile an hour. We're already 3 wide. Bob Dixon on the wall coming into the tri-oval. Not even done 1 lap yet. Nobody's helping Bob. Bob Factoids Dixon always gives us the statistics at the end of the race. Nobody's up there helping Bob. He's dropping back. He's back in 10th at the line. Three wide racing right off the hop.
It could go either way. It's starting to form a nice little single line at the front. First 6 or 7.
Yeah, Bob has gone from about first. I think he was in second. I think he qualified second.
It's a lot of pressure on the lead, right? You just not only you're driving in front of you, like you say, you're driving your mirror.
Well, and with him too, if he bobbled just a little bit and somebody took that spot away from him, and then he just get railroaded. So he's now in 24th. So he just dropped about 20 spots. And that's
Doesn't take much.
Nope. One little wiggle and somebody sticks their nose in there and they just take that line away from you. I just got.
I don't know why they. Pardon me. That was. I was going to say I don't know why they don't just follow the green line everywhere. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, do you have the racing line on?
Yeah, I do. I see it's on there. I'm like,
you can shut that off. I think.
I realize that.
You can push.
But I like it. It's like I like my hockey with the glowing pucks, and I like my racing with the big green line.
Yeah. I need to see this.
I need to know when I should be applying the brakes. Should it go red? I think so.
See, that was a great thing in Forza because that was a dynamic racing line. It would actually change color. On this track, it's green because it's just green all the way around. But yeah, if you do race on other tracks, it does change. It's a different color. It's not a dynamic racing line. It won't change color with your pedals, but it's still pretty helpful. So, I'll race on a circuit. I haven't raced in a while. I'll put the racing line on for 4 or 5 laps in practice to remember where I'm going, and then usually shut it off because I find it distracting. It almost feels like you want to follow it, but then when you're coming up pass a guy, you're like, oh no, I don't want to follow it.
And it might not even be the best line to follow because obviously these guys know what they're doing, and I'm watching them right now, and it's certainly they're kind of doing their own thing largely. I mean, there's bits where it overlaps, but there's not a tried and true method. You don't have to clearly obviously follow that to get the top time. A lot in this part, especially, they're going a lot more to the top lane, the outside lane there, and clearly they're pretty content in the middle here.
I'm curious where your green line is on. Where is that green line?
Now that's below them. It's right down at the yellow.
Oh,
and it stays there. It stays there for around this corner. So that's why I'm getting that's why I'm not qualifying. I'm just following this green line too much.
That's the qualifying line.
Trying to steer with the Xbox controller probably better than the keyboard. I guess I'll say that.
Yes, it's that green line you're looking at would definitely be the qualifying line, but the line they're on right now, up the front in the middle, is actually the fastest way around this track.
Fair enough. Well, like I say, I would like to attribute that to an operator error on my part because I clearly haven't figured out all the buttons yet.
Yeah.
And
you can push the R key on your keyboard to remove the racing line.
R for remove,
R for race line. R for race line. It won't work now because we're in live replay mode. But if you were driving, you could push R to remove it.
Learn something every day.
Yeah. So basically, there's like R for racing line, O to toggle your objects, which is this grandstands and stuff. There's 3 levels of objects. What other buttons are down there? L to show you latency. All kinds of different things. Unlike yesterday, it was a 3 times multiplier on the fuel. In this race, it's 2, so we're back to a 17-lap green flag run, probably until we're going to start seeing pit cycle. The whole field actually looking very, very good right now.
Yeah, a little too good. Come on, guys. Let's make something happen.
Yeah, no, it's good. There's some bobbing and weaving at the back.
No, it is good. I'm joking, but there's nothing exciting to talk about too much here. But that speaks to the skill of the drivers more than. Oh, it also speaks to my lack of skill as an announcer too. It's a fine line of both. I like it.
No, it is good. But it's amazing you can get 40 drivers on the track in a situation like this, and they can run like this. This doesn't happen with the artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence in this game is actually really good. But it's kind of they're just on rails. And when they want to pit, they just go to the pits. They'll run you over to go to the pits.
Oh, so they're not, they're fast and loose with the rules. There's no courtesy from these guys is what you're saying.
No, they're not getting a black flag for running you off the track.
Yeah, pit means just time to pit and
gotta go now.
Figure out the details later.
Currently focused on the 47 car of Andrew Miller, fellow broadcaster over at Top Dragster. So if you want to follow...
Good to see the competition out here supporting each other too, right? It's all friendly.
Yeah.
I would assume. Until it gets on the racetrack, of course, and then it's all
That's
all
completely
business.
different. Yeah. He'd be getting the chrome horn for me. I'd be running... Nah, no, I wouldn't. I don't drive like that. But Andrew Miller runs a good show over there on YouTube. The name of his channel is Top Dragster. He does the same thing we're doing.
Nice.
Man, they were running a race on JTN this morning. Joe, I hope I don't brutalize his name, but over at JTN, it's Joe Towanowski. I hope I'm saying that right, Joe. The crazy bastards over at Open Speedway League were running a 500-mile Daytona race.
Oh, no way.
The full length, 100% race length, 250, is it 250 laps? No, it's 200 laps because it's a 2.5 mile track. Talladega is the longest at 2.6, Daytona second at 2.5. And I don't even know, man. That'd be a 4-hour broadcast or longer.
I was going to say, what's the time on something like that? That's a substantial amount of time to be in a vehicle, let alone in a vehicle or even driving. I mean, whether you're driving, you're playing the simulator, or you're driving for real. Driving 4 hours indoors without being able to stand up, stretch, take a leak, right? You get the pee jugs handy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the big like a milk carton sitting beside you. Because it's as an announcer, it's cool because Joe and I can't remember who was broadcasting with him. If you needed to go up and stretch the legs, you could just cover the other guy. But the drivers can't do that. You're in the car. Oh, little bobble there by Randy Waugh. He saved it. Looked like that thing slipped up a little bit. You know what? Let's load up a replay. Let's back it up a little bit. To me, it looked like he lost the race line there for a little second. But it was nothing too bad. Yeah, he did get off the racing line, but he tucked it right back in. From the other camera angle, it definitely looked way worse than it was. I overreacted, and I apologize.
Some of the angles I find are tricky. Some of the cameras, especially in the helicopter one, it might not give an accurate as view even compared to spectator. I thought that last race too with the truck race last night that I had called out. I thought that someone was glitching and disappearing, but at a different angle, closer to the vehicle, it showed that they were in fact there, and it was just a bit of a camera glitch. So
yeah, it's because the cameras will be on like a Skycam cable system, and then sometimes the cars will disappear behind other cars, and you don't see them, right? And you're like, okay, you're coming, like, whoa, where'd that guy come from? And he was just hidden because it's too low to the ground or something. When we get to the, I guess I'll explain this now. When we get to the pit cycle, which will probably come up around lap 17, we'll do the same thing we did yesterday in the truck race. Anybody who's familiar with watching like Fox Sports, for the NASCAR races, they would do a thing called Crank It Up, where the announcers would shut the hell up and not talk.
Amen.
Yeah, wow, right? So we'll be quiet.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah. Praise Jesus. We will be quiet, and I will crank it up. I have a button to boost the audio. We won't say anything, so you will get to basically just listen to the cars flying around the track. And we'll even get into cockpit mode with one of the guys as they try to bring it down right around this spot on the track, coming out of turn 4. Right there, we're focused on Randy Waugh running 201 miles an hour. So they would have to slow it down from 201 down to 55. Oh, we got car off the track back there. What's that look like?
Oh, hang on. Let's take a peek and see where we are. I was following the front of the pack here, but
it looked like it was maybe the Coors Light car. He saved it though. which I do believe is Billy Elliser. I can't remember the 26.
Oh, okay. Let's see where we are here with that. 26 on the replay. Our replay skills are still using some refining here, but let's go back here a little bit and see what's happening. Watching Billy Elliser here.
Yeah, it was Billy Elliser. He's coming through the tri-oval. And he got, oh, wow, that's a really, really good save by Billy. Holy moly.
I'm not quite there yet, but I'm going to be...
I got it. Don't worry about it. You want to go back live, go for it. I'm running the replay here.
Oh, okay.
So
it's all good. I was just checking out to see what he had done there because it looked...
I think he just got a little bit out of shape because it looks like, I'm trying to find an angle here. He's Robert Breedlove changed lanes because he saw that high line moving, so Billy's lining up to push him, and he's he's being pushed by Greg Palmer, which is totally fine, but with a little bit of internet issue, right? Like, you might not see the internet issue, but it could cause that skate that he did. An awesome save by Billy. Let's just rewind it one more time here. Palmer was putting the push on him at 200 miles an hour. Skates sideways at 200 down to 175, and before the banking gets it back up on the track. So that was awesome driving by Billy Elliser.
That's incredible.
That was really, really good. That's a high-speed drift.
That's a treat to see, especially when you don't want to see anyone wipe out, especially this early in the race.
No. The good thing, too, is where it happened is right where the grass stops. So he was still able to drive the car. If he would have gone down there another maybe couple hundred yards earlier, he might have hit that grass between the track and the pit road. But because he was able to stay on the tarmac, he was able to drive that thing and then get it back up on the track before the turn. Because coming back up onto the track in the turn, you're going to slide way up, probably 2 lanes up the track going that quick. It happened in the perfect spot, and hats off to Billy for saving that thing, because that's I would have loved to have heard the in-car audio. Okay, you know what?
We're a family show here, so I'm going to go ahead and say we can't actually hear that.
We probably can't do that, yeah.
But it's a good thing that we're here. We can say, I imagine it was... You silly goose. What were you thinking there with that little bump? You certainly are a knucklehead. And when I'm done with this race, I'm sure I'll be having a word with your mom, that lovely lady that she is. No, I'm paraphrasing. And
there might be some fisticuffs.
Right. There may be a little bit of a scrap taking place afterwards.
You want to do a crank it up in the cockpit of Billy?
I think we owe it to the fans for us to shut up for a bit.
Crank it up, everybody. We'll be quiet for a couple minutes.
All right.
Wow. Okay, so from the cockpit right there, we're doing a crank it up.
We got the yellow out.
Oh, the yellow is definitely out. Now, that was an interesting view because Billy was getting ready to come to the pits, but then the yellow came out, so the pits are closed.
Nice. So I'm assuming you're pulling up the replay on that one there?
I will load that up, yeah. If you were on pit road, I believe you're okay to just drive straight through and not get service. But if you decide to get service, that I think is a drive-through penalty, or maybe even be just an end of longest line penalty, which isn't the worst thing under caution. So the 661 got bumped by the 81, which I think is Ray Hulick Jr. Because all these guys were lining up to go to the pits. Let's see if I can get a better camera angle on that one.
I see you got the replay up there. Oh, he got bumped.
Yeah, he got pushed in the corner, so he was slowing down. He's dropping speed here a little bit early. And that caused a stack up, which unfortunately took out a couple cars. Nothing too crazy. Pat Mccarski came in hot there and hit Doug.
All right, looks like a lot of people are taking a pit for this point now. Just time to take a moment and reflect on the trouble that just happened. You all go to the pit and think about what you've done.
Yeah, take a time out, boys.
Now, I know you like to be impartial, but you know I have a penchant for placing blame. Now, who are we pointing the finger at on this one, Blaine? Who is the jerk of the race? No. You know what?
I don't know.
Accidents happen. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's a tough one because
I know. I'm sure there's some drivers out there who have an opinion. Like, you know who it was? It was darn so-and-so again. That guy, he is a real hooligan.
I'm going to get on this guy up here. I want to get a different camera angle of, see if I can focus on the whole entire thing.
Drinking some water without muting myself there, so I just caught myself, and I'm working on it. Hot darn. Let's get thirsty by spitting all these interesting factoids of... Actually, I'm spitting nothing at all, but... Are you going back for a closer look at the... Are you going for the culprit view? Is that what you're looking for?
We just got the wide angle of that. We're just watching the 661 trying to get lined up to get into the pits. So anyway, we're going to go back to live mode now. It's tough to call it, but I would put it on the 661. We're slowing down too early.
Well, that's right, because the problem with this, though, much like my drive to Costco this morning, none of these jerks use their turn signals or brake lights. And yeah. How are you supposed to know? Because all of a sudden, that car in front of you is getting it's a little bit bigger, and then it gets really big, really quick.
And because we were under green flag conditions, and we're going into the pits, like you'll see on Gary Heiser right here. On Gary Heiser, from his angle, I'll show you where I brake. I'll be going full speed through this turn, and I will slam the brakes on with about half throttle at that Talladega sign on the right. Right here is where I'll start slamming the brakes on to slow down to 55 for the pits. The 661 was slowing down early, so I'm curious if he's one of these. He's not one of those early pit stalls. So in my opinion, I believe that the 661 just slowed down a little bit too early, and that's why he got bumped. Yeah.
Hard to gauge it all the time, right? Though you're coming in hot and simulation, right? So you're missing some of the actual tactile feels, and even the visual references kind of hard to tell to pull up, I'm sure, unless short of being in VR with a racing sim that shakes the heck out of you. I imagine it's you're limited to your cues, and even looking at it on the screen sometimes it can be deceiving. How I would imagine. I haven't had the pressure of coming into the pits and looking out for everybody else while still trying to maintain your speed, and there's a lot to consider.
There is, and especially where he was too, there was a lot of cars, and there was already some cars that already did pit, so it kind of really shuffles the pack up a bit. And keeping tabs on everybody, and again, we're looking at it, I'm just focused on him, and I'm seeing his speed drop. He may have seen something from his point of view, depending on what camera angle he uses to drive. If he's in cockpit view, if he's on the nose cone, if he's on the roof, that gives you different perspective and different field of view the whole way across the track. So he may have seen something that we didn't see and lifted.
Perhaps a streaker by the RVs.
Or maybe it was that squirrel you were talking about.
It was a squirrel. They relocated him to the grassy field of the track. But now we have a hawk problem because the hawks are scooping in there trying to catch the squirrels.
Birds of prey. They will do what they do.
And yeah, you can't reason with them, of course, as they're hawks, and we can't shoot at them because we've got people in the stands. It's kind of a tricky problem, but we've got the grounds crew out there working on it, and we're doing the best we can at this point.
They do employ high caliber grounds crew out here at Talladega Super Speedway in Talladega, Alabama. Is it Alabama? Talladega, Alabama?
You know that I'm pretty piss poor with geography, sir, so I'm going to defer that question back to Google.
I think I'm right. I am trying to keep an eye on the YouTube chat this evening as well. So if anybody, Bob is racing this evening, but was not yesterday. I missed a couple of things he put in the chat. So thank you for watching Tarnation TV. If you do like what you're seeing, and you can subscribe to the channel, click the thumb bell, and uppercut your weird uncle, because he always cooks the steaks way too long, and nobody likes well done steak.
What did you say it was again?
Talladega, Alabama.
That is correct, sir.
See, I was quizzing myself, but I was right.
More specifically, I would have also accepted 33 degrees, 26 feet, 5 inches north. Also 86 degrees, 6 feet, 5 inches south.
Oh, you want me to do the longitude and latitude? Nice.
West, sorry, northwest. Yeah. So it's. But anyways, that's also Alabama will also be accepted. A reasonable answer. We check with the Jeopardy judges, and they will allow it.
Thanks, Alex. Currently focused on the 388, the Philadelphia Eagles. Apologies to Dan Lovell for losing the Super Bowl.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
We don't have a KC car out here, man. Dan always runs the Philly. Is it Philadelphia Eagles? I'm not a football guy. I'm pretty sure it's Philadelphia.
That is, though.
I don't like the Flyers. I'm a hockey fan. I hate the Flyers.
You hate the Flyers, or is it the Flyers fans?
Oh, well, yeah. Philly fans, man. They are rabid.
They are,
man, I remember that time that the Leafs were playing Philly, and they were like, Domi was in the box for the Leafs, and the fans were just yelling at him, right? And he's playing the game. He's chirping the fans too, right? He's tapping the glass with a stick and stuff. And then one fan is on the glass screaming at him, and Domi's just chirping him back. Don't read lips. And the glass broke, right? The stanchion fell out, and the fan fell into the penalty box with Ty Domi.
Oh, not his day.
So guess what? Ty gave him a couple pops and then just grabbed him by the back of the neck and held him on the floor. The refs had to come in, and he's like, yeah, whatever, man. He's like, I'm not going to fight you. Like, I'm a professional athlete. Like, stay out of my arena, though. That's another issue, right? Like, what, are you going to stab me?
Yeah, at this point, right?
Yeah.
Man.
But it was crazy, man. They were, you know what, though? The most memorable games were always in Philly. Those fans love their sports.
Right.
And apparently that Super Bowl, I didn't watch it because I'm not a gigantic football fan. Apparently it was a really good game.
It was. I didn't watch all of it. I caught the highlights myself. But again, same thing. Not a huge football fan. But yeah, I worked with some guys a while back there.
Yeah, it was like a 38-35 game or something. And of all the Super Bowls, it's probably one of the better ones. I've seen some great games. I usually do watch it. But
gambling makes it a lot more fun.
Oh, does it?
Putting some money on it, then it takes from an investment of zero, where it's usually where I'm at, to more than zero, because I don't want to lose my money.
Right, and you're not sitting on the couch and you're screaming and you're in it.
It is. I don't know what it is. Even $5-10. It doesn't have to be a lot. Put $1 on it. Now all of a sudden you got some. There's a. I mean, if you're not a fan, I should say.
Currently 3 wide up front again. Doesn't take these guys long. Green flag has been out for maybe about 2 seconds or 1 lap. And we're already running 3 wide again up front. Got Randy Waugh on the inside. Got a bunch of new faces up front now after that last pit cycle. It's getting pretty tight right there around Steven Brandstetter. These camera angles do cast illusions of like very near misses. But you're just watching drivers.
there's not a lot of room between them right now, especially the front 8 there. Front 8, maybe even 10. They're pretty well...
overreacted again. This is a slide job right out to the wall. But I believe it was 63. Bynum? Yes. It was 63. Keith Bynum saved it. Looks like the car got a little bit gnarly on him there coming out of turn number 2, I believe, onto the back straight, and almost tagged the wall. That could have been bad. That top line is moving around a lot. A lot of turbulence up there off the wall. Turbulence. I use the word turbulence because when all these cars are driving at such high speed, the air is a factor in this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the drafting effect is definitely amplified with the Craftsman truck physics.
Tell you, I thought I had my volume low enough, but it's still way too high when I'm following him in the close-up cameras. I can barely hear it. I thought I had it adjusted. It turns out I do not. But I can appreciate the cranking up moments because the engine sounds. They really nailed that. Eh? They get the.
Oh, it's great.
Obviously, that's an updated sound pack, I'm assuming, or is this based from the original game?
It is an updated sound pack. The original sounds, which you probably have installed, especially on Talladega, can get kind of weird. Like you can hear the loop, where the engines just once they're RPM'd out, and they're just it does that
just
sort of
droning.
thing. It's a droning. It's really annoying. So the sound pack we are using this evening was created by the legendary Pilotical.
Oh,
that's his screen name.
Very exotic name.
And yeah, I've always used his sound packs. And this one is the iRacing sound pack. So he took the sound from the iRacing NASCAR game, which would be the updated like 2022 noises, and seamlessly integrated them into this game to make this sound super, super awesome. So hats off to Pilotical. Follow him on Reddit. Why? Because I do.
Why? Why not?
Exactly.
What else are you going to do? Not follow him?
Three wide all the way across the sky, bro. Look at these guys.
Yeah. Okay, now we're pretty much an even 3, even at the back there now. Everyone's falling in.
We've got Randy Waugh. We got Mike Mangialardi coming into the lap traffic here now. This will force the pack to go around him. Mike will stay up near the wall in that yellow and blue car. It's going to get really tight in this corner. They're going to be 4 wide going through this corner with Mike holding that top line like a champ. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, just boom.
Did he get him?
I know. I just got to go back and see. I thought he...
That was great. Nope, Mike's all good. Everybody's good.
It was just the camera angle again. The camera got me a little bit wacky.
Well, especially because we've got like 40... Let me see. We've got 31 cars within 2 seconds of the leader.
Right? You hope nothing bad is going to happen, but there's just no time to react when it's this tight.
Yeah, it is super tight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just hopefully it stays clean. Let's get another. How many green flag races have we had? Like, I mean, or has there been any? It's just for the amount of cars. Is it possible? Have you seen one that's gone green? Green the whole way through, no yellow?
Yep.
Not common though, I'm guessing, is it?
It does happen. I mean, there's usually going to be one wreck, but I have called races where there's been green flag right from start to finish, and they're over quick. They're over in like 40 minutes. You're like, oh, I got the rest of the night because the caution flags are so much slower, right? This is amazing. I'm digging this because these guys are nose to tail, door to door. The 3 wideness has calmed down a bit, but they're still not really settling on a line. Like you can see from that angle right there that none of these guys really want to give up their spot. That's a 712 in the middle there. Bob Seminara sent us a band there last broadcast to the Shake and Bake last Saturday, and or maybe it was the week before. Shadows on Fire is the paint scheme that he's running.
Nice.
I'll see if I
can. Local band. I'm guessing it's local band from
Shadows on Fire. It's I believe it's a guy he works with. The guy's name is Quentin. Mid-20s, has a heavy metal band, and let me tell you, it qualifies to be on this broadcast.
Absolutely. I caught the tunes there last weekend. Sounded good.
Yeah, heavy.
Check it out. They on the streaming services as well?
Yes. I found him on Spotify. Yep.
Nice.
Shadows on Fire.
Shadows on Fire. I'll give him a listen.
What would a shadow look like if it was on fire? Because fire casts light, which would create a shadow. But how is the shadow on fire? Clever name for a band.
Fire would also cast a shadow too, would it not?
Ooh. No.
I don't know.
Shadow would not be cast from a fire. Something would need to stand in front of the fire to cast a shadow from the object. Can we phone a friend?
We pretty much have to, because we're not going to figure it out.
No. Where's Regis Philbin when you need him?
Where's the smartest man alive?
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be Regis. No. Like we both said that at the same time.
No, that can't be right.
The 51 of Dave Jandry down there bumping the line, but he kept the hold of it. The yellow line is the flat spot. When they get really close to that yellow, the cars can get upset a little bit. And sometimes they can get a little loose depending in the turn, where if you do bobble in the turn and hit that yellow line. So the car did a little bit of a dipsy doodle, but nothing too crazy. Dave Jandry in the 51. That's a slick looking paint job too. A lot of talented drivers on the track with a lot of talented paint schemes too, because Jeffrey Elliott way out of line there. They're going 3 wide on Mark. I wonder what happened to Mark, if something happened to Mark right there. Jeff and Hemi made an erratic maneuver to kind of split Mark. Everything seems to have sorted it out.
Something afoot?
Yeah, speaking of Hemi, too, we'll focus on him right now. We got word yesterday that some issues in the Bill Evans camp. So send all your thoughts and energy towards the 33 car and his entire family. We're not 100% sure what's going on. And even if we did know, we wouldn't share it live on the air. But
it's not your business.
Yeah, it's not your business, people. Just
no. Well,
Bill's a really cool, dude.
Yeah, hopefully everything's all right there, and you know what? He's back to racing, so
yeah,
that's got to be a good sign. I would hope, or at least he's keeping busy racing, even if he's got some troubles, which is as much as you can do sometimes. Sometimes you just got to find something to do and try not to dwell on it. I don't know. But again,
no, you're right. You need your little outlet, right, where you can kind of just take your brain off some things. So hopefully whatever's going on, hopefully it all goes smooth.
Yes, sir.
I just noticed here, we've got Grant Wesley up front running in the NOS car in the 88.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
He's close behind.
Last week, or a few days ago, we were sent a message. Oh, is the yellow flag up? What happened?
Oh, I missed that completely.
Nope. We're still good. It is up. Okay.
Yeah, pace car's coming up. Pit car.
Yeah. I couldn't see the flag.
Even a real word.
Yeah, I couldn't see the flag conditions, and then all of a sudden the drivers sort of fanned out, and I'm thinking the yellow's probably up. Yeah, but anyway, with Grant, a couple of days ago, he sent a message to Jeffrey, I believe, that he wouldn't be able to make the race tonight because after the crazy storms that went through his neighborhood there, it knocked out his. It must have maybe got hit by lightning or something. He, burned out his router, burned out his wheelbase, which means his steering wheel got fried.
Oh no!
I'm like, Grant Wesley has no steering wheel. Like, this dude's serious business when it comes to this sim. He races in a lot of leagues, but apparently he's on the track, so I guess he had a backup, or he was able to find a new wheel. So it's good to see Grant out here. He got his internet working again. Well, there's the smoke trail. What do you got for timestamps on that wreck?
That would be about, where was it? 36. The police car is still sitting there. Where are we at? So it's going to go back to.
And all these guys are going to opt to pit right now, so we're going to load up a replay for you.
Yeah, around the 36-minute mark after that somewhere. So I'm just trying to see whereabouts.
Yeah, if you get in like a cockpit view of a driver, you can watch the lights on the fence.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then when the lights on the fence go from green to yellow, that's when you know there's a problem.
Okay, so we're
just
before 37. Yeah, 36 and a bit.
Yeah, 37.
I'm not seeing anything here.
There it is, right there. Yellow comes out, so now we can go around the track and find. Oh no, it's Billy Ellister. After the big save there early in the race. Put this back in replay mode here. Wow, what a spinorama. That is weird. Who's that behind him in the 20? Claflin. So Randy Claflin. Well, there was nowhere for 3 wide racing that high up the track. And unfortunately, there's a hard wall up on the wall. Was it a side impact or a rear? It was a side impact. So he, you know what, with moderate damage, he got hit. Oh, he got hit by a couple cars. The back of that car is going to be crushed. That's unfortunate. Yeah, definitely some lid damage and some right side damage.
That is unfortunate.
I'm going to call Jeff and see if we can get Gary Mingus. I don't know if you can hear me whisper to Jeff, but I'm going to get a hold of Jeff.
That's all right. You do your thing. I will
TV tower to Jeffrey Elliott.
Say while we're under yellow. Just
Hey, buddy, how you doing up there in that blimp? The tower or blimp?
We're in a blimp today, man. Can you get Gary, the number 12, down here?
Grab it real quick.
We're going to get Gary Mingus here. A little bit of a focus on a couple of drivers this evening.
A few guys taking the pit.
Yeah, under yellow flag conditions, we were creeping up on. There he is, the number 12, Gary the Slingshot Mingus in the Tarnation TV blimp. How you doing this evening, buddy?
I'm just as fine as I can be. This is intense, and I'm having a blast.
Yeah, we are too, man. Watching this thing tonight, holy moly! You guys are three wide out there. Sometimes 4 looked like a couple spots. Have you been able to keep the car clean?
I don't have a scratch on it. I managed to avoid all the wrecks and the turmoil and got through okay with a couple of good pit stops, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I got to save a little gas, just a little bit toward the end, but I think I'll be all right.
Right, because we're going on to lap number 40. That gives us about 17 to go, so it's going to be close on fuel. You doing some clutching?
Yeah, clutching and shifting in neutral and coasting during the yellows, like anything I can.
Sounds like a plan. Are you looking to hook up with anybody out there to see if you can get a line moving?
It's hard to pick them. I love them all. These guys are really professional drivers, and they do an outstanding job of this.
Yeah, with watching 40 of you guys out there today, it's we've been holding our breath a couple times, man. It looks like some close calls, but a lot of really good saves and just a lot of really good racing.
Yes, sir, it is, and that's what you get with Talladega Nights. We get the best from all over the nation to come in here and do this, and for a sim to last as long as this one has, I'm honored just to be in the pack.
Yeah, I think we all are. And digging that car, you got the four Dale Earnhardt schemes on there. I love that thing. Is there any shout-outs you want to throw down before we send you back to the driver room?
Yeah, I wished I could find the guy that owned the Camaro that came into Jeff's dealership, that we took a picture of his car and I copied it. I'd like to talk to him and thank him for it, because I've gotten a lot of nice comments about it.
Yeah, it's really cool. You shouldn't thank him. Just ask him if you can drive it.
You know what, Gary? I can get a hold of that guy, and we'll hook that up.
Give him my number and tell him to call me. He needs to be watching this.
We got to get Green back here. We're going green, guys. I got to get Gary back up there.
Rock and roll, man.
Thank you, Brian.
Good luck, Gary. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, we could get him on the show and see if we couldn't get him in one more fan, one more subscriber.
Why not? That's it.
My car is in this game. How about it?
Yeah,
right?
And it is. It's a perfect replica. Like if you saw the picture that Jeffrey in the 56 there, league owner, he works for a dealership, a Chevy dealer. And a guy came in with that car, the number 12 of Gary Mingus is driving. Gary copied the picture that Jeff took of an actual, I believe it was a Camaro, that was painted with all 4 of Dale Earnhardt's schemes. And it was really neat. And Jeff took a picture of the car, and he sent it around the league. Like, look at this cool thing. Little tip of the hat to Dale.
Yeah.
And Gary took the photo and painted the car that he's driving here right now. So you could go into the game and find those paint schemes. Then you have to take it's 4 different paint schemes, and it made it work.
Oh, that's pretty awesome nonetheless, though. Still quite a bit of work, I imagine, to get it looking like that.
Yeah. I'll quickly throw up the broadcast schedule. Next Saturday, the 25th, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to actually call that race live. Race number 10. We have a birthday party, I believe we have to attend, and I'm not exactly sure the timing on the birthday party. But what will happen is Brad and myself, we will take the replay from the race, and we will be able to create a live highlight reel of it, so that there won't be a gap on the Tarnation TV channel.
And also, that way, for the making up for the Saturday night that we missed, you're going to have an excellent Sunday because you get to watch this and The Last of Us. So you're in for one heck of a Sunday.
That is quite the show, yeah. Wow. But yeah, I think that's the plan. I asked Jeffrey that. I'm like, man, I'm sorry I won't be able to do it live. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it live. I'll have to wait and see what time we have to be there. But if it's an after dinner thing, it's definitely not going to happen. Smoke.
Oh. Coming low, upside down. We got 3. Oh, the pack is. We got a few. Who got out of that one?
And Gary got through it. Gary Mingus got through that. There was a car sweeping really bad, which is an internet issue.
47, Andrew Miller escaped from that one as well, too. He made it through a bit of it there. I don't know to what extent. I was following him when that was going on.
Oh, did he? Okay, cool. We'll focus on Miller here for a second.
He was a part of it. He got, like I say, it appears he didn't get caught up in that, but he managed to just be far enough behind that, or he was in the right place.
Oh man, good call. Okay, 1 second. We're gonna watch that from Andrew's window. That was amazing. He somehow was able to thread the needle through that whole entire wreck.
Yeah. My money was on like, oh man, look at this kid go. I say kid, but I have no idea. But this gentleman, there we go. How's that?
Wow, that is a lesson on how to get through an accident. That is crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's probably at least give you an idea of where the timestamp was for find out, so you can see which car or where it was from. But
that is such a good camera angle.
Right? That pretty much sums it up. Boom. Especially that last little bit through the smoke. The one final push, right? And then.
See, I wonder if Godfrey in the 7-Eleven, because I saw his car actually hopping around a lot.
Oh.
It looks like he may have had an internet problem there, yeah. Because his car, when it hit the fence, looked like it was having like an absolute out-of-body experience.
Oh, no.
So right there, that's exactly what happened. His car was on the low line. You can see in the replay here. I'll just let it play. It disappears and comes back in the middle line. And then glitches out a couple more times really bad. Oh, he's in the fence. He's in the infield.
Oh, just gone.
And then, if you focus on the 7-Eleven, you'll see what I mean.
Oh.
That's really, really too bad. Andrew Miller, I was just going to request your presence, sir.
Yeah, my presence is here.
Okay, so we just watched from your cockpit view the absolute dangles that you just put on that accident.
Yeah. First off, dangles. That's a new one. But yep, just saw that happen in front of me. It's like, all right, I can't exactly jam on the brakes because I'll get run over, but don't want to just plow through this either. So just find that slot and try to go through it, and thankfully the seas parted, and I'm rather grateful for that.
That's how we know you're not a hockey fan, because when I use the word dangles and you've never heard it before, it's a hockey thing.
I don't watch that too often, but I mean, we'll see how this thing does. It somehow picked up a tiny bit of engine damage from that wreck with the 26. Don't know how. Didn't think it was that bad, but I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Were you going to say something, Brad? Go ahead.
Oh, no, just saying, just some smooth driving over there. It was a treat to watch. I just happened to be kind of following the middle, the pack there, just watching it. And I'm like, I had to go back and see who it was, because I'm like, who is I'm just watching the blue car, just weaving in and out. I'm like, man, I picked the good camera to be watching at that point. It was quite the maneuver.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you. It's got lucky, but I'll take it.
Hey, that's it.
Excellent.
Yeah, currently scored in 16th, man. So we'll let you get back to it. Thanks for dropping in and chatting, because it's always a fun time. Check out Andrew's YouTube channel, The Top Dragster, because he does the same thing we do. Or I do the same thing you do. I copied you. Who am I kidding?
You copied. I think you copied me, and then you made it better. That's what you did.
Well, thank you very much. You can steal whatever you want from this thing, man. I don't own any of it.
I'll steal a ticker. How about that?
Perfect. I'll send you the ticker. It's in the email.
I need a faster one.
I can hook you up. I got all kinds of weird knowledge when it comes to the HTML coding that I learned in grade 10 many, many years ago.
I was going to say, you're way smarter than me in that regard.
That's knowledge you don't want. It's very tedious and boring. It makes your eyes hurt. You have to turn your screen to orange into night mode so your eyes don't bleed out of your skull staring at like just miles of code.
You dream in code.
Yeah, not the dreams you want to be having, but
all my nightmares are in binary.
Yeah, right.
All right, man. We'll let you get back at her, and good luck the rest of the race.
And thank you, man. Appreciate you.
And Jeffrey Elliott sweeps Mr. Miller back into the race room. Definitely go to YouTube and check out Top Dragster NASCAR Racing 2003. You'll find him. He knows what he's doing.
Any other leagues that are operating in like a partner, like not in partnership, but like any other member, like from leagues across there, or how many leagues are there? I should say.
Oh, there's tons of them, man, tons of them. Robert Breedlove in the 931. Now I got to switch my camera.
All right.
How are you doing this evening, sir?
Hanging in there, just trying to dodge all these things.
Yeah, those wrecks are nuts. I mean, the racing has been fantastic. Like, we've been on the edge of our seat watching this 3-wide stuff going on. And then, unfortunately, that last wreck, it looked like the 7-Eleven just started having a really bad internet problem. Were you able to come out of both of those accidents without any scratches?
Yeah, no scratches on the 931 Oreo Trans Am.
Nice. That's the way we like it. Lots of room left. You got lots of fuel, obviously. Now, I guess that caution came out at the right time. It'll give you enough. You got enough gas now to get to the end.
Yeah, I think everybody's good on gas.
Yeah, right on. Currently scoring in 11th position, man. So you're in a good spot to maybe start a second, third, maybe even a fourth line. See if you can get to the front.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, man. We'll Robert Breedlove.
As known as DEI from South Carolina. Any call outs here, Mr. DEI?
Yeah, I just appreciate all you guys for putting this on for.
And He's one of my good buddies, Blaine. We got to treat him nice. He's from South Carolina, right down the road. So I want to get him up here tonight, and I'm glad to have an opportunity. We go back to green, so we got to get back up there.
Perfect. That's it, man. All right, Robert, thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the race. We'll be watching.
All right, thank you.
Get some more exciting racing back. What are we at now? We're down to the 12 laps.
Yeah, and with Robert, too, it's funny because I knew him as DEI originally. His name used to be DEI 931. And then when he started racing here, he started using his real name.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, who the hell is Robert Breedlove? I'm like, well, that's DEI, because these guys will use their nicknames, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
According to Bob in the chat, a large enough fire will cast a shadow. We were talking about the band name.
I gotta bring the chat up more often too.
What is the fire casting the shadow, or is it just creating a light that casts shadow with objects?
This fire's a plasma, right? So it'll have light from it, but it's not a solid or a liquid. It's a plasma, if I'm not mistaken. I remember that much from science class. At least I hope so.
Damn, that's a big word.
Science? I know.
Science.
I have many
word
more.
Is gigantic.
It is a perfectly cromulent word.
Ooh. I'm not even going to touch that one.
That's a fake Simpsons word. That's what that is. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, man. Simpsons been on way too long. I don't even care anymore. Going green here at the start of lap number 46. It has begun.
A little bump. A push on the 09 there, but everyone's still together.
Yeah, getting rolling here. Currently focused on Larry Windham. Coming down the back straight, climbing up to 200 miles an hour. Looks like the number 9 Doritos car of Chris Elliott looking to start a third line again. He doesn't waste any time.
No, he's right up there at the top. And why not, right? That's the only way you get to the front without getting a whole bunch of pressure on you.
You need help, though, and he does have some help with Larry Windham, Kelly Cossey, and Andrew Miller trying to get... Oh, they bailed on him. Kelly's going to try to squeeze his way back in there and...
Trying again.
Yep. Chris is a big fan of that top line, that 9 Doritos car that we see there at the screen.
I'm guessing he gets results from it, right? If you just keep trying it like that, he's got a plan.
When I race with these guys, it's often Chris and myself up there. Oh, I've gone 4 wide with Chris. Because right there, they're 3 wide. There's still room for a 4th line, and you can do it on this track. It's wild.
But that's sketchy because that 4th line's going to hold only for so long, though, right? Especially without running down onto the orange or the yellow line at the bottom there.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, that bottom line really needs to hold that bottom line, because if it does wash up a little bit, it cramps that 4th line. Issue being there, 4th line, if you're 4 wide, your crew chief doesn't tell you you're 4 wide. He'll tell you that you're 3 wide. You're in the middle, 3 wide, hold your line. But he doesn't know how to say 4 wide. He just says, hold your line. So then the other guys will go on the radio and say, you're 4 wide up there, because we all know that they don't tell you that. Your crew chief won't tell you that. A lot of movement up front. You are allowed to block.
But you got to be prepared for what happens if you're blocking and you're in the wrong, because you're going to end up sideways and still with the penalty.
Yes, because
if they have the line, I should say, right? If they're
like the league rules state, like, you can block at your own risk, because if you're going to throw a block and you're not clear and you spin off the front of a car, that's your fault, not the guy who spins you, because you basically spun yourself.
Yeah, good old pit maneuver.
Look at that tight. They are really, really tight. Oh, no.
Oh, smoke again.
We got cars off the ground.
We're getting the replay on. Oh, no, and it's getting worse, not better. Oh, but 48. 9 to go.
Yeah, let's race back to the line. So we got Grant Wesley in first. We will go green again, though, before this race is over. So this will not be the end of the race. I wonder what happened there. It looked like another internet problem.
You'd hope not.
Because they were running door to door and nobody moved.
No,
From
everybody
my
was
view.
free. It was tight. It was, I mean, really close, but there was no sign of obvious movement. But maybe it was just a little shove too. It doesn't take much sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like okay, let's get on the 088 of Greg Lovell. I need to find an angle here. I can't really... you know what? Helicopter be the best. So he's pushing. All three levels are nose to tail right there. And that's it. He just grabbed the bumper of the 388 in front of Dan. And that just, there's nowhere to move.
No, look right there. Look, there's nothing. Where are you going to go?
Mm-hmm. That's the problem. That was a really strange hop that the car took.
Didn't seem like much of a push watching the replay.
No, but it just bumped him on a little bit of a wrong angle and shot the car to the side. And there's Andrew Miller, unfortunately, getting caught up in that one after threading the needle through the last one, much like Billy Ellis are getting caught up in the last one after.
And if you keep watching it, it just keeps getting worse because then another one spins out here and it's going to take another 2, if not 3 with the one behind him. No, he makes it around. Oh, jeez.
Jolly G. Willikers.
Man, oh man. Sure glad it's PG.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
I'm at a loss for words. I need a bigger word for shucks.
Yeah, shucks.
Well,
I'm going to see if we can get Pat Mccarski in the room here. Talk to Jeff here 1 second.
All right.
Jeffrey Elliott, Tarnation TV Tower, requesting Pat Mccarski in the 0. See if we can get Pat in here. He was on the 0 car of Pat Mccarski live on Tarnation TV. You got me, Pat?
Yeah, I do, Blaine.
Oh, man, what a crazy good racing, and the accidents, unfortunately, I mean, you guys are so close together out there. There's really no wiggle room. Your point of view on that last one, you got caught up in it a little bit. How's the car looking?
I'm a little wrinkled up, but I think I'm okay.
Yeah, okay, that's good to hear then, because we should be going green again before the end.
Yeah, a couple of green flag laps, so that's all good. It's Talladega.
So I got to say, too, that car that you're driving that you've painted up here, you got the Tarnation TV logo on the hood. That's awesome. So thank you very much for that. And I'm sure...
Much appreciation for that.
Yeah. It's... Did you have a plan for that thing, or like...
Yeah, I wanted to get the Talladega Nights and Tarnation TV on the car somewhere. And when the... website came out with all the different series that we run, I grabbed them and put them on the hood of the car.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've seen some special renders too. That was it Craig Hagley, Jeff, that created all these special renders?
Yeah, we only spent about 12 hours last 2 days working together for the truckers and the cars tonight.
Just a little bit of downtime there.
It's a little downtime there.
Well, Jeff doesn't have anything else to do,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather be out picking up some women, but unfortunately, I'm hanging out with a bunch of grown men for a while. But hey, that's all right.
Yeah, that's it, man.
It's cheap. This is cheaper.
Right?
You're right about that one. There's a lot of drama, though, but I don't know which one's worse, but it's all good.
Oh.
That's the thing with this, though, the drama, you can just shut it off and go to bed.
That is true. Put on some Naked and Afraid, you're good to go.
Right. And it's also good to see Pat in here, too, as well, right? He was only 107 points out from the cut at the beginning of the race. So still to be in this good a shape at this point in the race, I think will bode well for him for possibly getting to the top 10.
Yeah, for some reason I can't finish in front of that 56. I don't know why.
Right.
Where are you at right now there, Mr. Pat?
It's about 6 behind you.
Well, you're going to catch me because I got half a motor. I got lucky getting through that big wreck there. I don't know what happened up front, but I'll take advantage of it. I went from like 29th to 15th, so there you go.
That's
well,
it,
Dwayne,
man.
I'd like to thank you for putting this on, man. This is a good show.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I got my partner in crime here, Brad, now with the co-host duties here, so it's a little bit easier on my voice, so where I can actually be quiet and let somebody else do the talking.
Thanks. No, just happy to be part of it. Like I say, it's a great crew and yeah, a lot of fun.
Hey, Pat, any lovely hello shout outs before we go back to green here?
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right. Well, I still want my TWA and United Airlines shirt and little wings that we used to get back in the 70s. So I'm expecting those in the mail any day, right?
Okay, I'll look around and see if I have them.
All right, my friend. I'll let Blaine finish up here, but good luck on the rest of your race.
Thank you. Same to you.
Right on, Pat. Thanks for talking with us, man. We'll let you get back on the track, and we'll be watching. Keep her clean.
Thanks for reaching out to me, Blaine.
Anytime.
Have a good one.
Pat Mccarski in the zero. Painted up that car, a Talladega Nights themed car, and was awesome enough to toss the old... Whoops. Where's the button for Pat? There it is. Yes, sorry, was awesome enough to put the Tarnation TV logo on the car as well. So thank you, Pat. Tarnation TV is what you're watching right now. If you like what you see, if you're having some fun, subscribe, thumb bells, all that kind of stuff. Let it rip. There is a website, tarnationtv.com. That is it's a website. That's how that works. Everything basically takes place on Facebook and YouTube. All links for Tarnation TV, Talladega Nights. And who was the band, Brad?
That tonight was not, I was going to say Rise of Dissension, but that is not in fact the case. That was the trucks from last night. Mm-hmm. Tonight's band was MANAHAN, reverbnation.com/MANAHAN. And also on Spotify and the internet in general. Just look them up. Obviously, they're not putting out any more music, but what they have is bangers. So you know what? Sometimes you just you get a little bit of something and you just have to enjoy that.
That's it, man. You got to crank it up and put us up on the mosh pit and pass us around.
Having a good time with the fellas.
The fellas. Getting ready to go green here. Lap number 54 of 57. So we are definitely going to stay focused on this front pack.
Oh, little bump there from 48 to 60. Just a little how you doing? A little little pinch and tickle.
So we've got Greg Lovell had to retire. So Greg Lovell is out of the race. He was running behind the whole entire family up there, the 388, the 088, and the 043. And unfortunately, bumper hooked off the 388 and hard impact of the wall. It looks like it cooked his motor, so he is retired. He did lead 13 laps. Greg did. So he will get the bonus points for leading a lap. So will Grant, Ken, Dan, and Chris Elliott. Who else got some laps? Kelly Causey got 6, and Stevens got 1. Randy Waz got 3. Craig and Bob as well, and Andrew Miller getting those precious bonus points. Hey, look, 3-wide racing.
Back to that again.
Why not?
You know what? At least the good news is Greg Lovell is at least in 4th place in the standings there, so he will have enough points to hopefully keep himself.
They're looking at 4 wide right here, dude. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's the end of the race. You know what? I believe they still need to race back around.
Back all the way? Oh, shoot.
I think the pace car's coming out.
Oh,
now,
what a save on at 56.
Dan's
Are
lifting.
you kidding me? That was an amazing one. He was sideways on the wall, and he still managed to somehow put the wheels on the ground.
The 56?
56 is worth a replay and a bit. I mean, I'm sure there was countless replays to be had, but I was watching it from the side. He wore most of the paint off his door, and I'm pretty sure he needs to get a change of shorts.
You're being sarcastic then, is what you're being. If he's on his door, I don't think he saved anything. Maybe you're right.
He's on his wheels. He's on his wheels. And I'm saying there's about 100 replays you can go back to right now, but that would be the one that I was watching.
He got clobbered though.
But ride it out. It's a whole trip when him.
That is definitely. I think everything happened to Jeff in that replay. He was good. He was bad. He was upside down, and there he is on his wheels with no paint left on the doors.
I know. See, you got to watch the whole replay before you accuse of sarcasm on that. I'm not being smart. I swear.
It's a story. But that is crazy. So let's check this out in helicopter mode, because this is where we're going to get the best view. I'm pretty sure they were 4 wide, and I think I was right. Yeah. So we're going 4 wide, the 043. It's really, really cramped right there. Oh, the slide actually came from the bottom line. Oh, man, there's cars on the roof. Who's that on the roof? Denny Carroll. Wow, he is on his roof for about a mile.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
It got bad there.
Yeah. Want to ride inside that car? Maybe not.
We sold them the whole seats, but they're only going to need the edge tonight.
No.
I'll tell you.
Denny is on his way to the McDonald's drive-thru. Oh, he did get rolled back over when he hit the apron. It flipped the car back over again. Oh, man.
He's just going for a ride.
Oh, it's wild. We're going to keep checking it out. I mean, what the heck, right? What are you going to do? Here's the in-cockpit view.
Because why not? And it's not much you can do but hold on at that point.
Yeah, you just take your hands off the steering wheel and your feet off the pedals and just go for the ride. Well, it looks like he's still driving the car. He's got no numbers left on the roof.
You don't say. I'm surprised he's got a roof left, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Kelly Causey, Buckshot Causey in the 00's got major rear end damage as well on the trunk lid and everything. It has been compromised. But we will check that out. I'm going to actually load up another replay here. I want to see at the moment of caution with the yellow flag actually came out before the lead pack took that flag. Because Wesley was leading that, and then I believe it's going to go to Dan for the win. But this is for the win right here, because the wreck happens. And Dan gets to the line first, and the yellow flag, you can see there, the yellow flag is up in the air. So that is the end of the race right there. So yeah, I was curious because they actually pulled that flag out pretty early. You can probably see it better if I go into the actual car when the lights actually came on. Wow, the lights came on really early.
Before the...
Yeah, why are the lights on so early?
Saboteur.
Huh. Or am I in the wrong section of the replay? Yeah, you know what? We've got to focus on this last lap because we don't want to miss the actual finish of the race. Even though it is going to end under
Pace
yellow.
car is still out.
Yeah. I may have actually been on the wrong lap. No, it was the right lap because the cars were crashing. It just seemed to me like the flagman, they pulled the yellow out very quick. Right when that car went sideways is when the yellow came out. Usually they got to get turned around. Good call by race officials, though. The reason I go back and I look at that is because depending where the pace car comes out, it might split the pack. Because if half the pack is in front of the start-finish line and the other pack's hasn't crossed it yet, and then the flag comes out, the cars in front get to go all the way around, where the cars that took the line after the yellow would actually be trapped by the pace car. So if it's an iffy situation. But we are currently focused on the 388 car of Dan Lovell. As the checker comes out, and they all give him a little bump.
We're going to see what happens. Oh, he's pulling away from the pack, hey?
He's going to go do some burnouts. So we'll focus on him as he puts the...
Oh, yeah.
As he hangs the checkered flag out the window. Your winner, the 388 of Dan Lovell. Go Eagles. Next year.
Next year. Jerk.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm that guy, sorry.
I don't follow the football league, but I'll make fun of your team for boots. Oh, what a guy.
I will. I'm a guy. Now, you want to see how to do a burnout. The Lovells know how to do burnouts.
I would suppose so. So he would finish, yeah. So it's Danny Lovell, is that in the 81? No, points back 81, sorry.
Yeah.
388, sorry. I was looking at points back. So yeah, he was already in 7th place with 964 points. So that'll bode him well for this, securely placing him in the final. Well, I guess you can see what the results would be, but at least in the top 5.
Oh, he disappeared. He's in the smoke cloud.
There it is.
Jeffrey's knocking on my door, but I'm busy with the winner. Doing donuts.
Okay, I'll let you finish with that winner. I was going to try to get third place in while we're waiting for factoids to come up because Bobby was out of the game, so we're getting another way. So we're going to interview the podium, at least a little bit of a podium while we're waiting for the factoids.
Okay, yep, let her rip.
You done with the winner? That lovely Dan Lovell, right? So third place, we got Mr. Roberts, what I see.
Yep, Roberts, Wesley, Lovell. Ken Roberts in the 55, third place podium finish. Sir, how are you doing this evening?
Good. How's it going, Blaine?
Oh, not bad. I guess you were able to keep that car clean enough. I mean, that racing was intense. I mean, that stuff, it was awesome to broadcast. Brad and I sitting up here basically on the edge of our seats. You guys are 3 wide all day, man. That's got to be fatiguing.
It keeps you on your toes, that's for sure.
Yeah, really. So again, under yellow, unfortunately, but it was close at the end. I'm surprised that the yellow flag actually caught you guys. I was looking for one more lap.
Yeah, it was some tight racing up there, with the leaders and stuff, and everybody's going for it, like they should. So it's a fun race.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. I mean, not a lot of room. Each race seems to have their own dynamic, and then this evening it just seemed like it was really, really tight. 3 wide, no room for error. And there was only a couple of cautions, which is usually going to happen, especially when there's 40 cars on the track. But yeah, I mean, outcome for you, that's a bonus. There's a third place finish.
Yeah, I'll take it. I was running with Grant there, and he's gonna. I was sticking with him there till the end. It's kind of see what panned out, and then something happened when we was going into trial. I kind of got knocked out of my spot there a little bit, and had to go up the track to get shit. But yeah, it was a good race overall. Got caught on pit road that first yellow. So that put me back in the field, but worked my way back up there and got a good finish, and really that's what I try to do every race, just get a good solid finish and get set up for the championship rounds.
Yeah, as far as the points go overall, I can't remember where you're sitting, actually. That's very unprofessional.
Sitting in 8th right now with 955 points.
Look at that broadcaster you're bringing up. He's just on top of it. Correct.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody has to be. Jeff, and I'm glad to be the one to keep Blaine's nose clean.
You have a broadcast company, sir? No, we got the best one.
Yeah, well, I'm about to take over Blaine's here as a hostile takeover. This guy doesn't know his numbers, and quite frankly, I'm embarrassed to be associated with this. So I'll be breaking out on my own solo. He'll be Brad's Wacky Racing Saturday nights. No Blaine's. But anyways, back to you, Blaine. See if you can salvage this train wreck.
I'm trying now. Oh man, yeah. I got the points. Brad was absolutely right. 8th place
we have fun
overall.
Here, don't we? Yeah.
Oh man, we that's one word for it. We put the FU in functional. But one win for Roberts for you, Ken, there overall, and then currently holding the 8th spot. So this will be definitely a nice bump in points for you, because it looks like, according to the you got the most laps led as well, so 175 points this evening.
Nice, good.
Plus the second win of the season.
Yes, it is. A duplicate winner. Grant Wesley is the only other one to have 2 wins. And
it was a good race, good race with all the guys, and this is the first time I think we've had a full field, so was curious to how that would work out, and it worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it worked out good. It was definitely entertaining to call the race. Unfortunately, for the couple of big accidents that occurred, but really for 40 drivers and to only really have, I think it was 3. Was it 3 yellows? It was 5. 5 levels for 5 yellows for 19 laps total, but 3
big wrecks though.
Yeah. 3 that counted, unfortunately, and a couple of catastrophic failures. But even then, with I think Lovell was actually forced to retire out of that last wreck. So with him losing some points and Ken's gaining some points, is your schedule allow you to be here for the last few races here, Ken?
Oh yeah, I'll be here to see it through. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by and chatting. You want to say something, Jeff?
Yeah, I just want to chime in and say, Ken, thanks for showing up and what you do here in 3rd place, man. I mean, can I trade you? You can have 14th. I'll trade you. But great job, man. It was exciting to have 40, 41. I thought we had 40 or 41 cars. Not for sure, but what a full field. So, man, it was a great race. Cautions, breed cautions, but everybody's going for it. And I don't know what happened, but I know Ken and I and Chris and the admins have about 2 hours of work to do after this. So hopefully we get to sleep in tomorrow. But yeah, did we already do shout outs for Ken?
Nope. Ken can go ahead and do some shout outs.
Yeah, just thanks to Jeff and Chris and all the guys here at Talladega Nights. I mean, it's a lot. Jeff does a lot of work that people don't see to get these drivers in here. He's got I don't know how many different leagues was represented tonight, but that seems to be the Talladega Nights motto or mantra, the melting pot. And so when you get that many different drivers, different leagues, different styles, and you pile them all on one track, and especially Talladega, you're going to have some incidents here and there. But overall, I thought the racing was really good, really intense.
Yeah, tip more of that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thanks again for joining us. We'll let you get going because I guess we got to find Bobby with the factoids. And we'll look forward to watching the rest of this season play out. It's definitely going to be great.
Yeah, thanks, Blaine, Brad. Can't wait to watch it later tonight.
Awesome.
It is there for you to consume with your eyeballs.
What a race.
It was definitely an awesome race, man. Thanks a lot, Ken. Have a good night.
All right, thanks, Blaine. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, thank you.
All righty, guys, doing an awesome job up here. I love you guys. Brad is catching on quick, Blaine, but watch out. Anyways, unfortunately, a little sad. We don't have factoids tonight. Bobby crashed and lost that data. We tried to export it from somebody else, but it didn't work. So to the audience, we apologize. You can just say Jeffrey Elliott did 212 miles an hour on lap 36. That sounds great. Now I've had the most laps, and I finished 15th. There's your factoids of the night.
One more factoid was he wore the paint off his door, but still landed on his wheels too. That was a pretty cool move.
Let me tell you, I almost made it through there until my buddy Randy Wall gave me a little shove and to the fence. But let me go find that second place guy, and that would be
Grant Wesley. I guess he got a new steering wheel.
He got a lot of everything. So here we go. Let me find that young man.
I have to apologize for my mistake there when we were talking with Ken Roberts. I thought we were talking with the race winner, and I called it a win for him. So that wouldn't, in fact, be his second win. He came in the solid third place, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking at the race standings here, and so I made that mistake. That was on me. So
it sounded like it was right, though. Just when you said it was the second win, because it was the second win.
It felt right in my heart, and I felt good saying it. But
it was his second win, though. So you were right.
All right, guys.
I thought he. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at the standings. Sorry, this said Dan Lovell's on the first. No.
Dan Lovell won the race, yeah, but it was Ken Roberts' second win of the season.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, man. So you were right, even though you were wrong. Grant Wesley of the 88. How you doing, man? Second place finish.
I'm doing great. How about you?
Oh my goodness. So, rumor has it your house must have got hit by lightning and you burned out your wheel and your modem and everything else, but you're here.
Oh gosh, yes. So Wednesday night, we got a big Arctic cold front that came down and it brought a bunch of storms. And I woke up at 4:00 in the morning to the loudest crash and bang I've ever heard in my life. And sure enough, lightning struck my satellite dish on top of the house. Didn't actually physically hit the house, but it blew. All the junctions and the coax cables blew the backs off of them. Just burn up my computer, my PlayStation 5, my wheel, just a whole slew of items. Anyway, fast forward 2 days later, just today, I got internet restored. Cable was out. We got cable restored today. And I pulled an old computer out of the weeds. Brian Bell, I know we talked about him a few weeks ago, the guy that painted my car.
Yeah.
He lives 15 minutes down the road, and he loaned his wheel to me, his wheelbase. And
no way.
So I got wires laying in my lap still because I got wires right everywhere. But yeah, we're here, man.
That's amazing.
What? He made it through that. He showed up. That's what it is, right? Holy smokes.
That's funny. That's funny, Grant. I was talking to Mr. Bell today, and I just got off talking to you on Facebook, and he chimed in and said, "Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm still under the weather a little bit. I'm coming back slowly." And we started talking about you and the wheel, and so all I really want to say is I sent you that render for a reason to put on your old XP computer that you're running right there. So maybe you'll have at least something to put on the screen with that new render I sent you. So I hope you enjoy that.
Oh, yeah, very nice. I appreciate that. That's a good-looking render, and, yeah, I'll certainly use that as a background or whatever.
Yeah, so man, congratulations on second place. I'll let these guys talk to you. I just wanted to say hi, and, man, hang in there. You'll be back strong. And second place. There you go.
Appreciate it, Jeff.
So here's a question for you that's still talking about the lightning strike. I use like a Logitech D29. However, I noticed you said wheelbase. Do you have one of those direct drive things that's like $2,000?
So I run Fanatec equipment. I run the Club Sport 2.5 wheelbase. It's belt driven. It is not direct drive. But yeah, so it's got a wheelbase, and then you got the wheel that attaches to it, and then you got your pedals and everything that runs through the wheelbase.
Wow, that stuff's not cheap.
Yeah, so the power supply is ran to the wheelbase, and what I found is pretty much anything that had a power supply in the house got fried. So
that's something else, man. Because I was playing when I was a kid. I was playing Super Nintendo. I was playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo on my Super Nintendo in a thunderstorm. Lightning hit the transformer in the middle of the cul-de-sac and actually electrocuted me through the machine. That's probably why I am the way I am today. But I remember that controller was cooked. That's weird that nothing was powered up, and that still happened. Like, I won't use my computer when if I had thunder and lightning, I don't turn any of the stuff on because I know that'll just attract a lightning bolt if it was to hit the house. The fact that it was the middle of the night and all your stuff was off and still got fried, that's wild.
Yeah. So my computer was shut down. My TVs were off. My wheelbase was actually still on. I never shut it off. So, but the computer got fried while I was off, as you alluded to. So yeah.
Wow. So anyway, I guess we could talk about the race. So this will actually be your, let me see, second place finish. You've got 2 wins. You're sitting in 21st, 126 points out of that bubble. It's going to be close to get into the championship here. Are you aiming for that, or are you just looking to come out here and have some good, solid races?
What'd you say? 2 more races until the cutoff?
I think next week actually is the last one before the
Tomorrow
cutoff.
is the last race of the season.
Yeah, so I would say it's probably not likely, but we'll come back next Saturday and shoot for a win, and we'll just let the points fall where they fall.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Unless those top 10 drivers decide to take next week off, that'd be easy to get in then.
Yeah, maybe we can organize that.
Tell the lightning to go somewhere else.
Little sabotage. Yeah. Ooh, I heard today's a good day to leave your power bar unplugged.
Well, I can make a deal with you, Grant. I'll sell you my position.
Was that an option?
There you go.
A little green for some green. Yeah,
he can be bought.
Or how about I just drive Jeffrey Elliott's car for the chase?
I don't know. It's so puke, ugly green thing. Nobody really likes it too much, but it's better than the pink one, right? Really? I think someone cracked on me about pink. I don't know if that was Bobby Seminara today or Grant. I forget. But anyway, so I'm just kidding. But all right, guys, finishing up their broadcasters, Brad and Blaine, and I'll be waiting to grab the winner.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll just say thanks for coming down here and talking to us, Grant, and sharing all the stories. That's a wild story. So hopefully, it's good to hear everybody's safe. If anything's going to get hurt in a thunderstorm, it's nice that it's just a couple of electronic things that can be replaced and not an actual person. But always fun chatting with you and watching you race. And if you have any shout outs, let her rip.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I got to thank my girlfriend. Man, she did such a kick butt job just helping me, get all this stuff back going again. It's still an uphill battle. We're still, fighting the insurance company and stuff like that. But she's been by my side, and I really appreciate everything she does. Brian Bell, as I said, he loaned out his wheelbase to me. I could not be here without him. He painted my awesome 88 NOS Charger. Is wicked fast. So I appreciate Brian Bell for everything he does. Get those out of the way first. The Elliots, you guys here with Talladega Nights, everything you guys do, all the admins that put this on. I just want to thank you guys for making such a great place to race here on Saturdays. I'm really having a great time coming out, and just glad I can be here for that. Blaine and Brad, looks like you had a sidekick, Brad. I don't think I've met you before, Brad, but hey, thanks for doing the commentating. I'm looking forward to watching the broadcasts. I'm sure it's great as always. I'd like to thank my teammates at XFM and Rolling Thunder Gaming. I'd like to thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend Brittany.
Wicked. I couldn't have said it better myself, to be honest.
I think we got a new broadcaster, Blaine. Grant, are you looking for a job? I'm just kidding. Great job.
Shoot.
All right,
but no, seriously, now get out. No.
Me? I'll leave. Grant can take my spot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
man.
Thanks a lot for joining us. And like I say, we'll be looking forward to seeing you back here next week if you can make it. And good luck getting all your stuff replaced.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, I do have one thing real quick, Grant. If I happen to make it in a championship on Friday night next week, which I'm in there in the middle, I won't be able to race the championship race on I think it's, what date is that? It's not this Friday, but next Friday is our first chase. And I won't make it on the day of the chase. I'm looking for the date. I'm sorry.
The 4th.
I just want to know if you're going to be available, because if you want to drive my car or truck, you can do that. So let me know.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty booked on Fridays. I got 2 different leagues I run, so they run back to back, so all night.
4. Okay, yeah, I figured I'm trying to get the best guy out there, but almost got him, guys. All right, man. So thanks, man, and congratulations on second place.
Thank you.
Thanks, Grant.
Yep, thanks.
Up
Hey,
next,
I
race winner.
tried to get him, Blaine.
No,
You know?
that was a good shot. You got to ask. Like, let's ask Grant Wesley to drive my car. Fuck. That's gonna. Oh, geez, I just tripped an F. I just.
That's all right.
This just.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to say it once.
That's yeah.
You better put a bleep on that one. Anyway.
I can't.
Oh,
but you're allowed
man.
to do it once. In context, you're allowed to say it once.
And he said puck because he loves hockey, guys.
Yes, the hockey puck. Yeah, exactly.
Hockey puck. There you go. Let me go find that winner. He's dying to get up here, I'm sure. And guy's tearing into this guy real good. He's one of the Lovell boys.
I love how Jeff asks Grant Wesley to drive his car.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Dan, congratulations on the win, man. Let's, just tell us how that whole thing panned out, because that race was fantastic to watch.
Whew, it was. I tried to stay in the top 10 the whole race, fighting and clawing. It was tough time trying to get up in that top 5. We a couple times tried to outside line, just didn't seem to want to work. Couldn't really get anything together. So it was a lot of single file for a long time. Then after that first caution, we, kind of got to racing 3 wide. That was fun. I mean, we were 3 wide, multiple laps there. I think what spelled the whole thing out was the caution that came out as people were pitting. About 5 or 6 of us, advantaged from that because we didn't go in and everyone else was going in. So that got us up there in the top 5, and just glad I could, keep it held up there and not get involved in anything too bad. Sorry, me and Greg got together there at that one point before that last caution. Just a bumper grab situation, I believe. Tough situation.
What it looked like. Yeah, it looked like he just kind of was pushing you, and I don't know, the car just went sideways, just a bumper grab, bumper hook, and that was unfortunate.
I think I slid a little bit. I believe I did slide a little bit coming off the turn. I was just trying to get it straightened back up, and just made contact at the wrong place at the wrong time. But
right.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him. He's my teammate, of course, and my cousin. So kind of feel bad for him that it put him way back there. But it's racing.
Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. So you're currently sitting in 7th in the standings, very comfortable up there now with the win. They're right in the middle of that top 10 pack on the way to the championship. So your schedule allows you to make the rest of these races into the knockout rounds?
Absolutely. I won't miss it.
Nice. Yeah, neither will we.
Nope.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my family, my wife Bonnie, and my son Bub Edward, and my daughter Rachel, and my grandkids. It wouldn't be the same without my family, so give everything to them, and to the good Lord above, of course. They couldn't do anything without him. So I appreciate you guys letting me race here. It's been fun. Definitely a fun race tonight. Too many cautions, but still a fun race.
Dan, you've been coming out here for what, about full 2 seasons, almost full 2 seasons. So 40, 41 guys. How many cars we have tonight? 40. I know we have 40. I saw 41.
It was 40, yeah, because the other 2 slots would have been Brad and I.
And so that's amazing, man. I thought we were going to have a knockout round there for a second. Everybody came in at the last second. But Dan, congratulations on a first win of this season. So that makes 2 for the Shake and Bake altogether. And congratulations, man. I know you're out there you have a lot of passion when you ride and drive, and I hear it in your voice, and you're a great driver. I'm so glad you won tonight. I was in that lane helping you push to get up there before the big wreck happened, but things happen. But yeah, a little bit more too many cautions at the end, but it is Talladega. Everybody's going for it, and but all around, I thought it was a great race for 40 drivers.
I appreciate the fun you give us, man. Feels good to get back in that winner circle again. Just if you get one a season, you're doing good, because it's a tough bunch of drivers here, and hard to get even up toward the top 5 a lot of times. So to get a win is something else here. Hard to do.
Yeah, you ain't telling me that. I did get one. Probably maybe my last one, but I'll take it. But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's hard to even get in the top 10. So hey, I'll let you wrap it up with these professionals. And I just want to say thanks for coming out to Talladega Nights, man, and being part of this family.
Appreciate you having me, Jeffrey. Thanks for the racing, man. It's been a blast since I've been racing with you guys. Really enjoyed it.
Appreciate it. All yours, Blaine and Dan, Brad. It's the B&B's, man. The B&B crew. There you go.
There it is.
That's it, man. I say, yeah, thanks, Dan. It's always fun watching you go for it, and congratulations on the win, Brad. If you want to say anything, let it rip.
Yeah, no, tonight was no exception. It was intense, 3 wide for most of it, 3 wrecks, and as much as the wrecks were, like I say, spectacular to watch too, just the fact that as many people made it out as they did, there was some spectacular saves there too. We focused on a couple of them tonight as opposed to just on the wrecks. So, but the whole race itself was just, like I say, from start to finish, there was, it wasn't the usual couple laps of, setting up, and then the rest of it was just nail biting when everybody trying to put a move on the next side. So yeah, great race. Awesome to watch you out there as well too. You clearly know what you're doing behind the wheel, so it's a treat to watch you guys race, especially when it's as tight and clean as you are.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the second half of the race was definitely interesting. A lot of 3 wide, white knuckle racing, man. Just really, like I said, a lot of these guys are challenging here. It's hard to get up toward the front, so I appreciate you guys.
Oh, it's fun to watch.
Thanks again, Dan. Have yourself a good night.
You guys too. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, the Eagles might not have won the Super Bowl, but you won it for them.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it is.
For them right there. Made up
That's
for it.
it.
that 3 points doesn't feel so bad now.
There you go. You'll have a great tomorrow and the rest of the week with a smile on your face. So I know you. So I'll see you next week, man.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
There you go. We are all by ourselves yet again. But yeah, man, that is again, just saying it over and over again. That was a great race. That was probably, even with the 5 yellow flags and a couple of really big accidents, for it to have a 40 color field to sit up and do color commentary and play-by-play is, I mean,
we could have used another half dozen people in the booth tonight. There was so much going on. There was an impossible amount to count, and to discount the other drivers out there. Those were just a few that I happen to be watching. I got to watch this again through the replay and see exactly more, because those wrecks, the saves, the wrecks, everything. It was just so much happening.
There's a couple of saves there, especially Andrew's save and Billy's save. Those were like not even getting a scratch on their cars. Billy
Hollywood
with the
story
high speed
rating there.
Yeah, exactly. Like Billy with the 200 mile an hour drift.
Thunder scene just coming out of the smoke.
Yeah, in slow motion. Yeah, and then Andrew threading the needle through that. Like there was the Billy saved the 200 mile an hour drift. There was no yellow involved there because he saved it, and there was only one car. But that Andrew Miller, man, him driving through that wreck, and it almost looked like there was 2 wrecks happening, and he just, every time he thought he was going to hit something, somebody else crashed into it and moved it out of the way.
It was just a perfect storm that he just saw that line and made it happen.
Yeah, just awesome. And yeah, thanks again to everybody involved here. Talladega Nights, Bob Dixon, Jeffrey Elliott, Chris Elliott, Donnie Elliott on the website machine. All you guys that own and run and pay for all this stuff, TeamSpeak servers, NASCAR servers, and my buddy Jonathan Berry for writing the loop at the start of the broadcast, MANAHAN for making this awesome tunes that we can play throughout this whole thing, and of course you, dude, because this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I'm having a lot of fun doing this with you. Like I say, it's a heck of a way to be learning about racing, but I'm way more invested in it because I actually get to know the people, and it's not just somebody on TV. And I can see that, like I say, I can see the appeal of that for sure, but more so now watching this, it's definitely got me more amped up for racing and
a great way to start too. Like, what's the lowest driver count we've had in the last 3 that we've done? Like 30. Like
32,
we're reffing, we're calling full fields here, which there's some races when they're in the 30 driver range are always going to be amazing, no matter how weird they seem to play out. A lot of drivers, it's a lot of stuff to focus on. And yeah, to answer your question about the points, we can see them on screen. We were talking about that at the beginning. Bob Sire in the 27 car was last place and 40th, and he got 43 points tonight. So there's points to be had just for showing up, man. Dan Lovell didn't get the 185 max. He only got the 180. He got first plus the lead lap. So, most laps led today by Ken Roberts. He got the bonus 5 points. So, that's a lot of numbers.
That is. Those are in fact numbers.
Those, yes, we checked, and they do exist.
They go up that high. I have to take my shoes off to get there, but I'll count that high.
All right, I guess we should wrap this thing up and go get some shut-eye. And
Perhaps,
we'll see you guys all back here. Like I said, next week I might not be able to do it live, but we will get Jeffrey to send us the replay of the race, and we will be able to kind of watch a live replay. So there'll still be something on the channel for everybody to view. It'll just probably come out a day or two after the race actually occurs next Saturday. So there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Jeffrey always saves the replays, and he will forward the information to us. And I think do you think that's probably a good way to do it, eh?
I mean, yeah, in the lack of you being there, and the fact that I don't know enough about racing or these fine gentlemen yet, just to fully call out my own, then that is in fact the way to go. I'm not going to attempt to fill your shoes on this one. I will. You know what? let's wait a day, because I've only got one screen and about 1/16 of the knowledge that needs to be.
And you don't have access to my account anyway, so it would never happen.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's probably going to be. It'll be a little bit weird. We'll have to kind of.
So
do
yeah,
like
the only idea is the best idea, because there's no other way to do it. But yeah, I do agree.
That'll work. So yeah, definitely won't. If I do have to attend this shindig that we're going to next Saturday, the race will be live within a few days after that, and it'll be a weird way to doing it, because we'll have to watch the replay at the same time. So it'll probably be like a 3, 2, 1 click play, and then we can just kind of watch the whole race and then mull over the main points of the race maybe when it's finished, just to kind of keep it synced up as close as we can. But
we'll make it work.
I think we will. So I guess we can say my name is Blaine.
And my name is Brad.
And this is Tarnation TV. If you like what you see, subscribe, thumb bells, clicking buttons.
Comment.
I hate advertising the YouTube stuff, but yeah, people know how to comment and subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. But
if you click that bell, we're going to earn 0.3 of a cent. And thank you.
Thank you for the 0.3. Yeah, probably not. We got to get way higher numbers. I'm not looking to get paid on YouTube, but yeah, if people do like watching the racing, they can subscribe and get notified that way. And if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy, keep your stick on the ice.
And doot 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 doot.
Doot doot.